Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I am your tour guide on the Magical Mystery Tour. We are on about day 12 of Huda Beauty. So before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads, and if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's go see who we're pulling out today. Okay, we have the new Nude palette. Well, this is an oldie but a goodie. I am on my second version of this. This was really super popular in its heyday when it came out. Obviously things have moved on since then. I had trashed my first one, so I bought a newer one and I've barely touched it since. This is a very rosy neutral palette. Obviously it leans right into the colours that Huda likes. Now we have a couple of glitters in there and we have 4 shimmers and 1 concealer shade. I think this was probably the one that made her really go off. Obviously there's not much choice but to lean into the rosiness that is this today. Now I am going to go in with, look, because it leans so rosy, we might try and keep it more in this neutral family at the moment. So I'm going in with this peachy colour here as my transition. As per usual, everything that I'm wearing on my face will be listed in the description box below. Okay. This is well and truly expired, but if you keep your palette stored in a room, standard room, not too cold, not too hot, out of sunlight, away from moisture, unless it's starting to grow something, unless it starts to smell funny, or if it starts to irritate your eyes, they're good to use. They can be used for a long time. I mean, you know, they say, I can't even read how long it says on the back of this one. Well, this one had a 12-month shelf life. Yeah. This probably could have graduated from primary school by now. So, had I have realised that I was about to, when I repurchased this, go down the depth of the palette addiction that I have, I probably would not have bought a new one. That being said, I don't have regrets about it. Okay, let's have a look. Might go in here next. If I sound a bit funny, when I am filming, which way did I go in? I went in there. When I'm filming this, I'm recovering from a virus. So, as I have been pre-filming in order to take some time off, but funnily enough decided, what a great idea. Try and take some time off pre-film, but let's do another month where we will do a video a day. I didn't really think that through, did I? I could have just pre-filmed and pre-filmed some stuff and run my normal amount of videos. This is because I like you and I like playing in makeup. Right, we might go into this shade here. I can't read them. I probably could. I think that says raw from looking in the magnifying mirror in reverse. That's the only way I can read it. And tucking this on the outer corner. Oh. It's still a good palette. The day that this goes live, would have been my mother's birthday. Beautiful soul that she was. And I will be in, I'm looking out my window now, we've had really, really bad weather. There's been a lot of power outages in the state overnight, and my husband works for one of the power companies, one of them, I think we've only got one here. He's been called in to work to help deal with that, so it's terrible weather, but, and this is live, hopefully, I am going to be enjoying beautiful weather in Perth. I'll be in Perth whether the weather is beautiful or not, but hopefully I'll be enjoying some sunshine. And in fact, oh no, I won't be. I'll be at the start of my holidays, but I'll still be at home. Getting ahead of myself. Going back into that transition shade now. I'll be packing my bag furiously. And tucking around. And then back into, I'm just going back into this first shade that we used as a transition. Just to tap out and around. Now what Huda did that was a little bit innovative at the time was to put in this concealer shade. So, and that wasn't to use under your eyes as concealer, that was to use as your eyeshadow base. We weren't doing that then. Why? I don't know. Yeah, she was ahead of her time. Just going in with a neutral eyeliner now. So I've just put a neutral liner in my waterline and going underneath my eyes. Okay, we'll do this. It's quite strong and I do want to soften it a bit. So going in with that and that, going between the two, tap it off and just straight over the top. This is a bigger brush than what I would normally use under here, but I want to soften up what's going on underneath my eye. And that's just brought that down nicely. Just retouching up out there on both. Now, let's have a look at these shimmers. I'm not going to use the glitter. They're the shimmers. They're still beautiful, beautiful shades. I think that's, I mean, I can't go past this on the outer corner, which is this one down here. That perfectly marries up with what is going on there. Clean off the fingers. Now I want to go a bit lighter across the rest of my lid. So I'm going in with this one here. I use that's a bit darker still. So going in with this across the rest of my lid. You see that's certainly lighter. And on the other side, so I don't know if I'd call it, it's a new nude, I don't know if I'd call it a nude. It's a rosy, well, I suppose it's a rosy nude, but it's rosy, like it's rosy. There's no getting away from that fact. Going in with this one here, there's so much dimension in this. It sort of gets lost once you move to a smaller Like once you start to spread it, you start to lose some of that. Just tucking that in on the inner corner. I mean, I just don't think about this palette anymore. I think it's because it's so old, which is such a shame. It's a sturdy palette too. It's a weighty palette now. Just touching up in here. Do I think that this is anything remarkable now? I think the shimmer is lovely. I just don't think... Sadly, I think this palette's seen its day. There's so many out there now that probably even Huda's own formula has improved. So whilst it's a really nice look, it doesn't wow me or blow me away. What I'm going to go and do now is just set down my face one last time, put some mascara and lipstick on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back with the finished look. And look, it is pretty. But again, this is sort of safe space, like rosy colour eyeshadows. Pinky rosy eyeshadows are her safe space, and nearly every palette of hers has these in them. Certainly her larger palettes. I mean, I've got the Naughty palette still here to use, and let's just open it up. Because shocker, whilst it has a bit of brown leaning, there's a lot of... She leans into these sorts of colours. And I know why. Because they're universally flattering on most people. She had a really good thing with this when it came out. And she has done some amazing, stunning eyeshadow palettes. But is she starting to lean the way that Pat McGrath and now people are saying Natasha is? And that's doing just a rinse and repeat thing. Swapping out a few colours but essentially relying on... I mean, Pat McGrath... I haven't bought her last Mothership palette, and unless she brings out something with different colours in it, I won't buy the next one because they're a pink palette. Huda, if you have any one of her palettes, unless it's like pretty grunge, if you have the Nude, the Naughty, Rose Quartz, even Mercury Retrograde, do you need any of the others? Probably not. Something I'll explore at the end of this series, but it is pretty. I'm not going to deny that. It is flattering. It is an easy look to do. You don't even have to think about it with these types of colours. They're so easy to do. We've still got 5 to go. 5? Yeah, 5 and then our ranking. So until next time, my friends, don't forget to tell your mum, tell your sister, tell your friends. Come along, hang out. Please subscribe. It really, really helps me. We're getting so close to that 1,000. Really want to get there. Until next time, my loves, take care. Bye.